Hi everyone, I am Sanya and today I'm making video on multiple personality types where we will be discussing in terms of Ayurveda. So in last video we discussed about three types of personalities in terms of Satvik Gun, Rajasic Gun and Tamasic Gun. Let me give you a brief overview again. For example, you wake up in the morning, you are feeling energized and you feel like you want to meditate and you want to go out on a walk, you want to just exercise. That mode of goodness that is driving you towards the right things in life is the Satvikta in you. Eventually, when you take some action, let's say you are going to do exercise now because you decided that you will exercise, and eventually while exercising you realize that you will just grow the abs in just very few days and you become very driven by the desire of achieving your goal. That is the mode of rajasikta in you, but a little rajasikta is important. And if we go towards high rajasikta without understanding the reality or practicality, that becomes too much, being too much rajasic. Then comes tamasic mode. So let's say now the same person is taking some action, going to the gym, he's coming back. Now he thinks that okay, let me try to read about certain exercises or do some research work, and eventually he is interrupted by an unexpected call from his mother that he has to go out and get those vegetables. In that case he might or might not, but if he gets agitated or get angry that now he has to do something that he is not interested in, and eventually that unacceptance becomes a little bit of anger, even if he's not showing it, that thought, even if it arises in the mind, that is the mode of tamasikta. So you can notice that everybody goes through all these feelings and eventually not everybody is perfect. This is a cycle of three gunas which keeps us moving somehow. You can't be all the time Rajasic, you can't be all the time Satvik, you can't be all the time Tamasic. All of these three things are to be controlled and to be used for our purpose. But there are a few people who can't really control and their subconscious mind is really hardened by, let's say, too much of Rajasikta and too much of Tamasikta. For example, there you must have seen a few people where you are meeting them and let's say 38 out of 40 times you've met in last 2-3 years, you've felt drained and you don't know exactly why do you feel this way. Those are the exact people who bring other people down knowingly or unknowingly. They are the way they are. It's just that since we are the ones who might get impacted, it is important for us to understand that these are the things which will hamper our growth, and we don't have to hate anybody, we don't have to really cut off with anybody. We have to just limit our association with them, or maybe use the judgment, use the wisdom that we have to make the right call in each case, and every case is different case. In today's video we will be discussing about there are three types of people in general along with these three gunas. So all these three categories of people can have all these three gunas predominantly, like Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, and type 1, type 2, type 3. I'll not name it right now because a lot of people get really frustrated understanding these Ayurvedic terms, and I've figured out that not everybody is interested on those typical Sanskrit terms somehow. So I'll name them later, but for now it's very important to understand that there is one kind of personality. Let's say you might have seen some people who are very talkative, they're very energetic, they're very lively. So those people are type 1 personality. The type 2 people are quite focused, very intense, passionate, and those people can be very clear with what they want in life and they actually take the action which is required. Those are the people who are type 2 personality. Then there are type 3 kind of personality who are very sweet natured, very friendly, very homely, very nurturing, very calm and peaceful. You just have to understand that these are the traits which are possible in anybody. It's just that some will have more, some will have less. We call a balanced person who has more of sattvic qualities from type 1, type 2, type 3, and lesser of Rajasic and Tamasic from type 1, type 2, type 3. It's not necessary that first type of person will only have qualities from type 1. As per Ayurveda, there are predominantly two types which can be found majorly in one person, and this is how they also define the treatments as well. So let's discuss more on the same. Now let's understand from a chart that what happens when the first type of personalities moves from Satvik to Rajasic to Tamasic. And similarly, type 2 moves from Satvik to Rajasic to Tamasic, and type 3 moves from Rajasic to Tamasic to Satvik. Satvik to Rajasic to Tamasic. We are doing this is to understand that everybody is like that. Everyone goes through all these situations in life, and we can't really pinpoint a person and judge them on the basis of just one or two interactions. We have to really evaluate based on our past experiences and then take a call the next time. See, when you're able to observe others from a distance and not engage, that is when you are gaining more power. But you should know when not to engage, right? And a lot of people are very smart enough to understand when not to engage. I've seen that they're already very much comfortable and aware about all these things. They don't need this knowledge. But there are a few people who do get impacted. And I used to be the one person who used to get impacted because I really like to create great bonds with people. I love having deeper connection with everyone. So I never knew that all those people out there exist, and I was kind of unknowingly giving a lot of energy away. And to be very honest, this topic is not to really focus on the negative people. It will also tell you that all the people around us, there could be energy giving people as well, they could be taking people as well, and there will be very neutral people as well. So when we know that these are the kind of people who exist around us, it will be easy for us to really navigate ourselves in case we are the ones who lose energy very easily. So let's get started. So I want you to meet Sammy. Sammy is quite energetic most of the times, inspired, creative, enthusiastic. He lightens up the places wherever he goes. And meet Joey. Joey is generally very focused, very goal-oriented, intense, have a clear mind. He can take decisions very quickly. Now I want you to meet Morty. Morty is in general very gentle, friendly, calm, stable, sweet, very slow towards the change, and very nurturing and tolerant. So let's say this person, Sammy, now moves from Satvik to Rajasic quality, and he becomes driven by the results that he wants to achieve very quickly in life. In that case, when he's driven by the desire, his inspiration, enthusiasm, creativity, energy, it all converts itself into confusion, turbulent mind, fear, worry, and anxiety if he's not able to balance his Sattvic mode. Same person, if he goes into the Tamasic mode, can also become very severely depressed, can cause himself harm through addiction, or maybe even commit suicide in severe cases. Now let's see what happens when this another guy, Joey, who is generally very focused, intense, passionate, goal-oriented, excellent decision maker and leader, goes from Sattva to Rajsikta. Now his focus and passion turns itself into anger, jealousy. He also loses clarity. Whatever he sees becomes very hazy. I mean, he doesn't have the same vision that he used to have earlier. He's very negatively intense right now and very competitive, and he has a lot of irritability in himself. And when the same guy moves from Rajsikta to Tamsikta, his jealousy and anger can convert itself into violence, vindictiveness. He can be very hateful. He can also gaslight people and manipulate them in negative ways. These are the people who are prone to narcissism and may become very harmful leaders. Now let's talk about Morty. Morty in general, when he's in his Sattvic mood, he's very gentle, peaceful, stable, nurturing, and capable of unconditional love, very tolerant of others and very sweet. When the same guy moves from Sattvikta to Rajsikta, he becomes clouded by attachment. The unconditional love becomes conditional, and he expects something from others in return of their kindness. They're also prone to sadness from time to time when they miss somebody who is close to them. And they have now become a little bit of control freak. Now, the same guy, when moves from Rajasic to Tamasic quality, they are still sweet and gentle, but their attachment turns into deeper control. They appear kind on the outside, but on the inside, they are manipulative behind the scenes. They can even quietly threaten to withdraw their love and attachment in a more passive aggressive nature. And you might have noticed that these personalities are not fixed type. You may have a lot of good qualities from type 1, you may have some bad qualities from type 3. So, generally, people are not just predominantly one type of personality, they are kind of mix of 1, 2, or 3 personalities. It's just that we have to see where do we belong. It's just that we need to understand here that we need to move from tamasic nature to rajasic nature to sattvic nature eventually, no matter wherever we are in this spectrum. When we have really mastered ourselves to be in the sattvic mode on our will, that is when we are able to create the change we want in others as well. So the first step starts from ourselves, not others. And eventually, when we are able to maintain ourselves into the sattvic mode on our will, that is when we are able to transcend the three gunas and eventually become of the nature of Shuddha Sattva. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.